Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish. Welcome back to the next episode of Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor. Man, I am so glad that you could join me
Come
today,
in, come
whether it's
in.
for the first time or whether you've been here the whole time, because I love this game. And we're going to start off by picking up a few more skills. Last time we checked out our new castle, and of course we've disarmed a few traps, but one of the benefits of this party is that everyone can get at least expert perception, right? Which we're going to learn here at the tavern. One of the downsides is that nobody can get better than expert disarmed trap. So, what that means is that we're going to have a problem with some of these traps blowing up in our face, as we have discussed before, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pick up the perception skill for everybody, which is going to spend most of our money, but likewise, since we're already here anyway, we might as well get this because, surprise, surprise, there is a stealing skill in Might and Magic 7, which is new from Might and Magic 6. You use that to pickpocket NPCs. And, ironically, or perhaps appropriately since he's already our disarmed trap guy, our Ranger Zoltan here is the one who's going to be best at it. Unfortunately, best at it means he can get expert level training. That's the best we can do. So, that'll start us off. I'm also going to go over here and, haha. There's a little cash in there if you don't have too much money, you know? Like, I think it's, if you have less than 200 gold, and if you have less than 100 gold in the bank, then you can find 200 gold in this well. So that way you always have a place to grab a little bit of money if you are completely out. Hello, welcome. The JVC Corral, that's going to be our stable here. JVC, you may recognize as the initials of John Van Canegum, the guy who created Might and Magic. We're going to pop over here as well. Here we go. This guy's got a quest for us. Greetings, my lords. May I have a moment of your time? Man, we just got here and everybody's got a quest. My brother Elrond was an avid Archomage player. Have you played Archomage yet? A horribly addicting game if I do say so. Oh, is there a boost with luck? I did not know that. We'll have to try that if we come back low on cash. In any rate, you can only play if you have a deck, and decks are hard to come by, so I guess you probably haven't. In any case, Elrond wanted to go over some strategies to help him win more games. Unfortunately, he didn't want to be in town because he didn't want anyone else to spy on him, learn his tricks, so he went to the White Cliff Cave southeast a bit from town. Elrond hasn't been back in almost a week. I'm certain something horrible has happened to him, but if he's alive, I'd like to know that too. Would you do me the service of locating him? I don't have a lot of money to pay you back with, but I'd be greatly in your debt. Well, that's a very important quest for us. We're going to need to do that one ASAP. Why? Because you may recall in the last video, as we were cleaning out our castle and kind of exploring Harmondale, I mentioned that there is a minigame at the tavern. Well, that minigame is Archomage, and we will get to play that together as soon as we find his brother and figure out what's going on there, because we need to get ourselves an Archomage deck. First things first, though. This one's not doing anything for us. You can get +2 accuracy from that fountain. Alright, let's see. We are ready to go out exploring because we took care of Hairball over here. Hairball. We've got some stone skin going on, and we may want to take a quick look at some of these other NPCs. You'll see here we did add Dal the Teacher to our party last time. And so help me keep an eye out for somebody like perhaps a banker or an instructor, something like that. Oop. Someone else we may want to add to our party. If we find someone worth it, then we can absolutely take them with us. There's a lot of cooks and chefs. That has been the theme. And a lot of horsemen, too. Everyone here is either a cook or a horseman. and 1 herbalist. 2 herbalists. Well, we don't have enough money to hire something like a gate master the way we had hired Sharon in Might and Magic 6 anyway, so we'll come back to that. Yeah, the game's trying to tell us that yeah, we need more food. Okay, well, so now it's time to move on out past the edge of town. Like I said last time, we are going to head out and start clearing out this map because we need to get to know our new domain. And the first thing that we know about our domain is that there are goblins here. They want to move in on this place hardcore. They were already in the castle back there, and of course Hairball was a traitor who was going to light the signal fires and summon more goblins to attack, which will come up later. Before we head out the gate any further, though, you'll see we've still got 10 or 12 skill points on everybody, and we should probably spend those. So, since we have enough, I'm thinking that it may be time for some of these folks who've got 3 ranks in a skill to maybe rank up to 4 and go ahead and get our first expert training levels. What do y'all think? It's like I said last time, the unarmed skill for Simone here is going to be mostly useless until we get expert level training, because you'll see here that becoming an expert in unarmed combat means that she adds her skill to damage. And so that is the only way that she is going to actually deal more damage with her unarmed strike than she does with her staff. And we will continue to level staff up so that eventually she can combine the two, but this one is pretty important right now, especially because staves are going to be hard to come across. So yeah, at the beginning she'll be fairly cheap to maintain if we can get her expert fairly early on. So if there is no protest, we'll probably start there. That will leave us with a cool 6 points, which we can drop into some other skills. We could get her leather and dodging both up to rank 3. Increase her staff. We could put a rank in Arms Master, which of course we want to get that to master level as soon as possible so that that adds to her melee damage as well. But it is less important than the unarmed skill, because you'll see here that if you get to master level training, it doubles the effect of the previous 2 training levels. So your attack bonus and damage both increase. That's quite a jump. So yeah, unless somebody else has a strong opinion, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dump 4 of these skill ranks into unarmed for Simone. Those other 6, though? I don't know. What do y'all think? That's not bad because it means she attacks faster, of course. But I'm thinking that we probably need to look into leather and dodging. We want to get up to Grandmaster dodging so that she can keep wearing her leather armor, but if we get to expert, it's quite possible that the leather armor she has on now is going to become, like, fairly quickly useless to her. Which is not a bad thing. That just means her AC is going to be so high that she can take that leather armor off and it doesn't matter anymore. So, probably we need to lean into that. She is a monk, after all. So I'm going to go ahead and put 4 ranks over here. And then, what do y'all think? Leather and dodging? That's how I'm leaning. We'll keep those kind of even, and that way, just like with staff over here, we want to continue to level leather up, but dodging is the important one, at least for right now. There we go. Alright, now Tuvok, our sorcerer, he's got 10 points as well. We've got a lot of useful skills that he needs to level up. Now, some of them, like leather, are going to cap out much more quickly. But let's go ahead and he can only get expert. You'll see the yellow text means that you must receive a class promotion before you can achieve that level of skill. Whereas like the red text means that this class can never get that level of skill regardless of how many promotions they receive. So as a wizard, he will be able to learn Master Water Magic, for example, and as an Archmage he can learn Grandmaster. Right now he can only get up to expert, so that means that we can like kind of cap out at 4 for water magic and so forth, and then go back and invest in other skills. So since water magic is one of the important ones, we should probably put 4 points in that. We've been talking about doing that anyway. Identify item, obviously we want to rank up. Leather is going to stop at 4. Might not be a bad idea to put a rank in that. But also, we want to continue ranking up his fire magic, and air magic's going to be very important. That one, to me, is actually second most important after water magic in 7, because I told y'all before, first of all, the fly spell, but second of all, invisibility, which is going to be a game changer. So, how do y'all feel about dropping a couple of ranks into air magic? That would bring us up to 3, and we would have 1 point left over. Alternately, we could put 1 point in air magic, and then we could put, like, say, you know, 1 in leather. Should we dump it all into air? Or do you want to split it? Well, right now we're actually using fire the most heavily just because Firebolt is his quick spell, and the teleportation magic and flight magic and so forth in water and air are higher level spells, so he does not know them yet. So fire is the one he is leaning on the most, so I'm planning kind of far ahead to prepare us for things like invisibility, but yeah, he is using fire magic. That and probably leather armor. Because as I said over here too, we probably won't put more than 4 ranks in leather armor. So do you want to split it between leather and fire? We could do that, because when fire gets to 4 ranks, we'll probably stop putting points in it too for a little while, and then come back to it later. Yeah, fire magic it is then. And I'm really torn because I hate them.
Sorry, can't help.
I hate wearing this green equipment, but we know
Sorry,
what it does, so
help.
it's not that big of a deal. So let's do leather. Okay, now we know we've got to put 4 points in body magic. Same as Tuvok. She's got the same situation. That leaves her again with 6. So let's see. Repair, we've not needed that much. Merchant, of course, is always useful. Shield, she just got the chain skill, and she's only going to get to rank 4 in that anyway. She can also only get to expert training in leather. That's the reason we held out for chain, is because if you can only put 4 ranks in it, I'd rather have chain. Then again, mace. Of course, the faster and sooner we invest in merchant, the more benefit we're going to get out of it. I'm kind of leaning towards that, and then maybe one other skill. So what do y'all think? How about maybe merchant and... Merchant and mace? We could kind of do like with Tuvok, we could dump points into chain, because once she gets to 4 ranks, she's not going to put any more in there, at least not for a long time. So that means once we get to 4, she's pretty much capped on that, and we'll abandon chain for other skills, if you want to go ahead and do that first. Okay, let's do mace and merchant. She needs attack bonus. And that leaves Zoltan. Zoltan has got to have 4 ranks in disarm trap. That's non-negotiable. That leaves us with 8 ranks for him. So he could rank up 4 level 1 skills. Let's see. Or 2 level 2 skills, and then still have 2 points left over for something like chain, stealing, learning, and so forth. So let's see. How about... We want to keep perception up fairly high, especially since we can't get Grandmaster. How about we put a rank in perception, a rank in axe, and then I'll let you all decide where to put his last 2 points. It could go in chain, identify monster, or stealing. So let's see, perception, axe. Where do you want to put these 2? He can get master, chain. Stealing, he's only going to be able to get expert, as I said. Learning is the one that increases your experience points. I don't want to increase that unless they all put points in it at the same time, so we'll start doing that like every couple of levels. We'll put a rank in learning for everyone, because everybody can get at least expert in it. And since I would like to keep them even, that's probably where we will stop, because Zoltan here, he can only get expert. The other 3 can all get at least master, but then they will leave him behind, and he'll kind of drag the party down as they continue to level up faster than he does. So this time, let's put it in... How about chain? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright. With that out of the way, let's kill some goblins because goodness knows there are plenty of goblins to kill. Yes, that's it. Come over here into melee range. Come on. We're starting to become competent. We hit more than 0% of the time now. Man, Zoltan's really taking a beating. Goblins and dwarves don't like one another. Oh, he's on the run. Haha. Yep, that's Zoltan. See, that rank and chain was already a good idea. This just proves that we have got to increase our weaponry skills and stuff like that, because... Let's see. Goblins. Goblins galore. Now over here, you're going to see, as we approach, some more of what we saw last time, which is where the different factions in the game actually have a little bit better AI in this one than they did in 7, or I mean in 6. So you're going to see enemies out in the field actually attacking one another. No, keep those arrows out of my face. We'll come back for some of these bodies, but...
It barely hurts.
Come on.
Ow!
Honestly, another reason to get air magic up fairly quickly, or fairly early in the game, is we can get the shield spell, which is going to reduce missile damage.
It barely hurts.
Right now, that's what we're mostly taking, is arrow damage.
It barely hurts.
I think he's about the only one that's been hit so far. Alright. This is obsidian, another one of those gray potion components that you can use as a reagent. We will get to that later. Aha, see those flashes over there? We're going to head that way and find out what they are. You guys will like this. Now, right now, I'm saving, like, Tuvok's spell points, for example. He could be using Firebolt, but it's not that much more effective than his bow, other than, like, it's not going to miss. But, of course, the bow is free, so if we do miss, it's not that huge of a deal. If there was a bigger damage difference, you know... but I want to make certain that we have access to his spells when we head over into this area, because... Haha, see this? There's a little fortress that has been taken over by the hobgoblins. And, yeah, they're attacking these swordsmen over here. We're going to lure them this way. We're going to head up here. We're going to take this fort for ourselves. Come on. And actually, let's see. Oh, no. There we go. Put on Wizard Eye. That gives us a little bit better view of what's going on. You can see there's some green dots out on the field.
Oh, please.
See, and every time we hit this button, it's going to shoot out either a fireball or some sparks.
Ow!
Too easy.
Those explosions you hear are because there were
Someone
sparks.
help!
They go off after a short delay when you're in
Ow!
turn-based mode. And all I know is it's a good thing that we found all of that really good armor. Like that second and third tier chainmail. Because otherwise, we would be in a much worse off state than we are.
That barely hurts.
Looks like they got all the guardsmen. Well. Are there any on this side?
Ow!
Sometimes the problem is that they kind of cluster up. Of course, you can hit this as much as you want. And occasionally you get a Death Blossom. We'll just make that into a death field over there. Wow, are you serious? Man, they just do not like Zoltan. He is the only one getting hit. He's got the second highest AC. That's wild. Once in a while, I think that happens. It's like an AI glitch where they'll go to distribute damage. Ooh.
Though you have been defeated.
Oops.
Death.
Well, that was a point-blank fireball. I should have known better than that. Y'all, I apologize. That was my bad. He was standing right there, and I hit him with a fireball, and we just ate it.
Come in, come in.
Well. Yep, so you have chosen death. Well, we have chosen poorly. Wild. That's alright. My fault for not save scumming. I should have known better. Well. We'll just head back up here then.
That barely hurts.
And we'll do what we can. And what we can includes opening this hatch. There's a chest down there.
This is worthless.
Yeah, it's not great. That's okay. Let's see. New message scroll. Fragment of Soldier's Diary. Can't hold on much longer. The goblins have received assistance from some large flying creature, and they began falling from the skies soon after we took the fort. I don't think we are going to survive much longer. I'm going to miss my wife and family. Yeah, well, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Even more unfortunate is that opening that up, actually, I'll show you right here, adds some additional goblins to the field. Now, of course, that helps. There we go. That takes care of most of them. Go. Want to make certain that we get all of them that we can. Ooh. Oh, that's too close. There we go. Haha. Now that that we know we're safe from the fireball. I love the infinite ammo. There we go. And one for the road. Excellent. Now we deal with the problem in front of us. And behind us and to the sides. Let's see, this is where having Dal over here is going to come in really handy. Combined with our learning skill.
That barely hurts.
All of these goblins are here for us to practice and level up on, basically.
That was too easy.
I swear, look at that.
Ow!
They only started hitting somebody else after he died.
That barely hurts.
Wow. Well, got knocked unconscious, didn't die, I should say.
Ow!
Shoo. My goodness gracious. We are legit gonna have to go back to town.
Ah, but a scratch.
Oh my gosh. See, look at that. Come on.
That was too easy.
Oh, shut up. What have you contributed? Let's head back to the temple. Whew. But, see, we are gaining experience points.
Do you need medical attention?
The goblins are good for that, at least.
Take care.
There we go. Nobody else was really hurt. We're just out of spell points for her. Let's grab that stone skin pedestal and get back out there. And of course, since Tuvok is not very good at air magic, Wizard Eye doesn't last really any time at all. But that's alright. As long as it lasts as long as we need. I'm going to focus on killing goblins, and then we can move along to picking up the bodies and things. Oop, you can hear some swordsmen over there dying, apparently.
Ow!
You know what? Here's an idea. Why don't we group a bunch of these goblins up?
That barely hurts.
Come on.
Ow!
Come on, come on. Oop, treasure chests, yep. Oh, I think we just lost our last ally over there, so... Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect grouping. There. Might as well get some use out of this wand of fireball, right? I think I mentioned before that this is a good thing to save it for. There we go. That looks a bit more like progress. We've determined at this point, like, I don't think we're going to sell it or anything, so... I mean... Yeah... Huh. Might as well use it for, like, the greatest good that we
That
can.
was too easy.
That barely hurts.
Okay. We'll trade that back out for a moment, just so we don't accidentally use it all up.
That barely hurts.
I feel like this first part of the game here, even though it's enjoyable, of course, this
I'm
map,
badly wounded.
it just feels... I don't know. I guess I want to say that it feels a little more cumbersome than than Might and Magic 6. Like, these enemies are, yeah, kind of like that, where,
Won't hurt us now.
there we go, where we've got, like, a lot to do, and it's just not, it just doesn't flow quite as smoothly.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, let's see. So we've got a new cloak. Who has the worst? Oh, she doesn't have one. Well then, okay. So we will give this to him, and this one to her. There we go. And another one.
Got it.
All right. We love boxes full of cash. But yeah, it's like in Might and Magic 6. There's just the goblins and things just don't seem quite as difficult to deal with. I don't know. It's not that the combat is any clunkier, because it is the same combat. It is... Oh, stuck on geometry. It's, the goblins seem tougher, or it just seems like maybe you don't hit as often. I guess you could say, no pun intended, that the combat is more hit and miss, just in this section. We're going to have quite a bit of cash to work with after this, though, which is great. Oh, well, thank you. I'm so glad that you're having a good enough time to stick around. Like these goblins who I wish would leave. It means the world to me that y'all are having a good time. That's why I do this, you know, to share something that I love already with people who might also love it. In which case, too, I should mention, I don't know if I've mentioned yet on this series, but if y'all are interested in this game, it is available on GOG.com. I am not sponsored or anything, but I do love good old games, and you can get it DRM free there. The link is in the video description whenever I upload these on YouTube. So you can follow it there or visit their website. And wow, what a waste of a fireball. Oh, no, wait, that was a firebolt. I hit S instead of A. I think I did that once before.
That
There
was
we
too
go.
easy.
That's a little bit better. But yeah, get the game, play it for yourselves. It is totally worth it. There's a lot of replay value in it. Cannot recommend it enough. And of course, there are other games now that might be prettier or that use,
That was too easy.
Higher quality 3D engine. But honestly, I feel like it's aged really well. And one of the things that I love showcasing with this stream is the fact that there is still an active Might and Magic community, for all that Ubisoft has a dodgy history since they picked up the property from New World Computing and 3DO. It really has to be said that Might and Magic remains popular, and regardless of your opinions on, like, the newest versions of the heroes of Might and Magic, or even of Might and Magic 10 Legacy, because I'm not a fan of Uplay. Really do not like the fact that, like, they want you to get online to play your single player game offline. But there's a community out there that loves these games, and they're still modding, they're still patching, and that's really great. Oh yeah, the Merge project. There are mods you can get out there, if you're not aware, that combine aspects of Might and Magic 6, 7, 8, and they will put them together all in one game with whole new storylines, new missions and quests, rebalanced assets, and so that means that you might have access to some spells from one game in areas of another, that kind of thing. There's a lot of work that goes into all of that. It's a big labor of love, and I actually follow some of their work on YouTube, and in the community, and it's just amazing to me.
That
It's
was
kind of
too
like
easy.
how the new release of Age of Empires Definitive Edition has caused a resurgence in the community, but like that community was always there, and Might and Magic is the same. Might and Magic never really goes away. People are still playing Heroes 3. People are still playing Heroes 2. Heroes 5. I don't think anybody plays Heroes 4 because even when it was new, I didn't really play Heroes 4. People still play Might and Magic 6 and 7 and Bless Its Heart 8 and 9.
Too easy.
9, which is the stepchild of the series that I feel like gets it's like, did y'all watch the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie? You know, where there's that horror movie cliche of like the family member who there's something weird about them that nobody likes, and so they lock them away in a secret room in the house and don't talk about them and pretend that they don't exist. That's Might and Magic 9. Except, like, affectionately. Insofar as you can lock someone in the basement affectionately and still care about them. Yeah, I do too. Might and Magic 9 for me is in the same category as Wizardry 8, which is another amazing game that is a favorite of mine, that came out around the same time, and it's the first one that's all 3D, and it just, it suffered from a lot of budgetary problems, it suffered from a lot of deadline issues, it suffered, I think, from a lot of probably, like, production interference, I'm gonna say. And it was not a success. It was not a success, and in its current state, it really probably, arguably, shouldn't have been a success. I still played it. I still had fun with it. There are things about it that I like. There are things about it that I do not like. But the most important thing is that I cut it a lot of slack, and I try not to judge Might and Magic 9 too harshly, in the same way that, like, Wizardry 8, I have to pull my punches because it has to be acknowledged that it's not really a finished game. It just is not. It was not released in a finished state, and that's another reason to come back to my point that it's so great that the community is still out there and is so active, because the fans are finishing these games. They're finding things in the code that weren't done, and they're like pulling out these loose ends and weaving them together and releasing patches and mods that add new content to these old properties and make them live and breathe again for new generations, which is amazing. Wizardry is similar to Might and Magic in a lot of ways. It is a party-based first-person game. It is an RPG. I think that Wizardry gets more in-depth, I suppose. Some people might say more complicated. Wizardry has always had a wider variety of races and classes, for better or for worse. It has a very engaging storyline, I think, for the most part, and the games are good about tying back into themselves. So, like, Wizardry 7, Wizardry 6... Wizardry 6 is the Cosmic Forge, I think. 7 is Crusaders of the Dark Savant, and then Wizardry 8, which doesn't have a subtitle, are like a trilogy. And they're all definitely worth playing. Yeah, absolutely. Wizardry is less forgiving. It came from an era where, you know, you had to make your own maps on grid paper. There were no auto maps or anything. That was not a feature yet, and man, it was hardcore.
It won't hurt us now.
Ooh, that was trapped. Ooh, speed +2. Well, that's better than what she's got.
This is worthless.
But they're all worth playing.
This is
Definitely
worthless.
do recommend.
I don't know.
Those are also things that you can
This is
pick
worthless.
up on
This is worthless.
on GOG, to the best of my knowledge. I was very excited when they re-released those. I've lost a lot of hours to wizardry as well, and I think that as time has gone on, might magic and wizardry have heavily influenced one another. They take a lot of inspiration from each other. Every time one of them does something, the other one kind of has to respond. Now, of course, wizardry, much like might magic, has kind of come to be as a defunct property. There we go, our first obelisk. We find all of those and we'll get the clues to the big treasure. You might remember from Might Magic 6. Yeah, I mean, Might and Magic to me and Wizardry together form like the two pillars of the original PC RPG, or CRPG, I think, as some people call the genre. Now, Wizardry never really got a strategy game, but it was ported to like the PlayStation 2 and things like that, in the same way that Might and Magic later on was ported to stuff like the Super Nintendo. In fact, I actually have both Might and Magic 3: The Isles of Terra and Wizardry 5 on the SNES. Both great games. Alright, well, that is it for our goblins for the most part. Let's see. Yep. That's it for the goblins on this side. I'm just kind of filling in terrain at this point. We'll come back and fill in some of this map a little bit later on when it's easier for us to travel and get around. Right now, I'm going to go grab these corpses over here. The goblins do spawn back over time. Of course, you know, after about a year or so, the maps will repopulate anyway on their own. But there's also, here in Harmondale, a special spawn that you can do to generate additional goblins. Now, that is not the same goblins that we just killed respawning. It is a new group of goblins, I have to specify. And that is, if you were here with us for the previous episode, when we cleaned out the castle, we found a letter from the traitor Hairball. And what he was supposed to do was light the signal fires. And he tried to encourage us to do that, claiming that doing so would summon allies from Erathia in order to help with the goblins, which is not true. What it actually does is it summons more goblins. So that means that if we are of a mind to find and dispatch additional mobs, we can do that, but it's best not to do that like while these other goblins are still around. You want to clean out this map first, just because we are low level and we don't want to bite off more than we can chew. Go. Now we should be ready for a level up. Yeah, there we go. Just need less than 5,000 for level 7. That's our obelisk message. We're going to head down this way, and I'll show you why. There is another part of Harmondale down here, and almost like a second village, see? With its own NPCs, Faith the Monk, Peasant. Ooh, a factor, hey. That's more money.
How are you this afternoon?
Tuvok is so polite. We can think about that in a moment. There we go. Plus 10 might temporarily. Ta-da! And also, of course, some of these houses are going to have quests and things in them, like this fellow. This is the first promotion to which we have access. This guy, right here, runs this monastery. He is our monk promoter. So you'll see here that the second promotion for monk is initiate. We'll go ahead and grab this quest. It is normal for novice monks to ask for the path of enlightenment. I shall tell you of the path, though the journey is yours to make. In the Barrow Downs is a series of tombs, one of which was constructed on a site of great natural power. You will know the right barrow, because it is different from the rest. Reach this barrow and meditate by the water, and your promotion to initiate will be complete. And while we're here, we'll join the Mind Guild. Why not? Water Guild, we need that as well. The Earth Guild. Now, this is a feature we didn't really use a whole lot in Might and Magic 6. This is a lot more useful in Might and Magic 7, and so we may see ourselves engaging in some of this. This guy will purchase arrowheads, or will sell us arrowheads for 200 gold, and we can sell him Talarian wood if we find it. So we can go around and do trading, and you can kind of set up like a little trade route for yourself, where if you have all of these materials, you can hop back and forth and go around in a bit of a circle, and you can sell all of this stuff, buy things, take it to the next person, sell that to them, and make a profit. Let's see, Earth Magic Expert. Oh, and we'll grab this. This game is a little bit better right here. Now you remember Might and Magic 6 did not do this very well. Might and Magic 7, though, tells you right here. See, if you talk to someone about a skill tutor, it records it. So that way you do not have to go and hunt for that person later, which is a huge boon. Holden the Explorer, another peasant. Perception Expert. He's not rank 4 yet. There we go. The Master of the Perception skill. This guy is our Identify Monster Grandmaster. Oh yeah, we'll be here. A ways outside of Harmondale, there's a cave system that's always been the home of bandits, monsters, and other ne'er-do-wells. They're called the White Cliff Caves. If you're ever robbed or looking for some evildoers to punish, all you got to do is go up there. You'll find a fight for sure. Yep. We will be visiting the White Cliff Caves. Oops, Chadrick Townsaver, I love that name. He's the Grandmaster of Sword. This guy here is the Expert of Axe, and will tell you where the Master of the Axe skill is. Alright. Excellent, good. Building up these notes. So we will be coming back here, of course, because we're going to need things like Expert Perception. Go ahead and pop this on her. Yeah, he sounds like he just started out as a Chad, like a generic Chad, and built himself up like, you know, I'm gonna be really cool. I'm not just a Chad, I'm the Chad. Chadrick Townsaver. Like, whatever, Chad. Now, this over here is the edge of the map. This is going to take us to Arathia. It looks like there's a little more going on here than there really is. There's not. Once in a while you'll find errors on these maps where the auto map doesn't quite sync up with the finished open world map for whatever reason. Let's check our map, speaking of which. Okay, well, we have uncovered a significant amount of territory. We've taken care of all of these goblins, got the obelisk. That shrine is useless to us at the moment. This down here is going to take us, if we go south from here, to the Barrow Downs. That's the next major location that we're going to need to explore. But first, we want to finish exploring Harmondale itself. So we're going to follow this little unpaved path up the hill. And that's going to take us to some more of Harmondale proper before we get off and start heading in the direction of the Barrow Downs. You'll see right there, that is one of the signal fires. And if y'all want to, we can light those. I will leave that totally up to you. If y'all want to fight an entire goblin army, we can. There we go. Now we've got their attention. Let's... How many charges have we got left? 10 more. Okay, well...
That was too easy.
That was definitely worth one. Let's see... There we go. That was worth 2. I think that's about all we're going to get out of that, though. We'll hang on to those 8 remaining fireballs. See, now you've got me thinking about Chadrick Townsaver's name. I thought it sounded so cool until you said that, and now I feel like that's the McKaylee of, like,
It barely hurts.
of the fantasy world.
That was too easy.
Oh, she's out of spell points. Oof. Have to give him a potion. Strength 5, 1, okay. There you go. So this is the most money we've had at one time, I think. We may have had a little bit more back on Emerald Island before we blew it all on skill training. And of course, we're going to have to go back and blow it on some more skill training, because we have a couple more skills that we need to pick up, don't we? We still do not have bodybuilding. I think we want to get Arms Master for Zoltan. Bodybuilding for him and Simone. We want meditation for Siroma and Tuvok, definitely. Especially Siroma, because she's having to heal Zoltan so much. Ooh. More Goblins. Wizard Eye wore off again. See, it only lasts like 1 hour per point of skill, and an hour goes by quickly here. Man, maybe we should drop a rank in bow when they level up. It would definitely make these goblins easier to deal with. That right there is the White Cliff Cave. That's the next, like, major area we're going to be exploring. I think this is a good place for a fireball. There we go. Always worth it when you get a whole bunch like that. Come on, you come to us. Don't step to us. Oh my gosh, not that it matters. We can't make good on our threats with accuracy bonuses like this. This is just the worst. We're the worst. But we're getting better. There we go. See, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to pick up some more magic skills and invest in a few spells, because we want some things like Precision and Bless. You remember back in Might and Magic 6, if you watched that series, and if you did not, of course, that is on my YouTube channel. There's a whole playlist. How important the Bless spell was, especially at the beginning of the game, but all the way to the end, because Bless stacked with Precision to increase your accuracy. What are y'all doing?
Barely hurts.
Look at your shenanigans. Ooh.
Ow!
Nope, we can't have that, but we can have this, if we can wake him up. There we go. We'll let them come to us. In the meantime, what's in here? All right. Mostly garbage that we can sell, but
This is worthless.
that's all
I
right.
don't know what that is. This is worthless. This is worthless. This is worthless.
He doesn't think much of any of this stuff. Let's see. Since Zoltan is
Sorry,
apparently
can't help.
the only one getting hit, I feel like we should upgrade his armor more, maybe give him the nice gauntlets, but... well, pretty much everybody's got standard gauntlets, so yeah, let's do it. Honestly. 'Cause those are just regular gauntlets anyway, so... Nice. We'll finish these guys off, and then it's back to town, methinks. You know, one of the things that I actually dislike about potions in this game and alchemy in general is this notion that, like, the bottle is disposable somehow? Y'all notice this? Like, we're sucking down potions like there's no
That was
tomorrow,
too
and there's
easy.
gotta be some kind of side effect to drinking that many healing potions in so short a time.
That was
But,
too easy.
like, when you drink a
Got it.
potion, the bottle disappears? And I don't know where it's going?
Ow!
Like, because you need empty bottles to make more potions, so why are they not recycling these bottles? I don't know.
Please.
Ooh, right in our face. Come on.
I'm badly wounded.
Yes, you are. Who's a badly wounded boy? Oh, gosh. Well, it is time. Oh, hey, some more gauntlets.
Sorry, can't
Nice.
help.
Yeah, that's what it is. They just taste so horrible that you just reflexively you just chuck them. I'll buy that. I can believe it. Let's have Tuvok mix his first
Excellent.
potion here. Man, Zoltan, what does it take to keep you on your feet, my guy? Oh, it's starting to get dark, so now is a great time to head back to town. Y'all help me watch that mini-map and make certain that we don't leave any bodies behind. And I'm checking for additional treasure chests. I don't think that there are any. I think that's the only one. Whoop. There we go. Suddenly, very suddenly, torchlight becomes important. Let me hop across
What
the
a
water.
scratch.
There we go. You are drowning. You're drowning. Water is poisonous. It's bad for adventurers' health. Now this house over here, this is actually pretty important. So I'm going to stop since we are, like, here anyway, and show you exactly what this house is. I hope he doesn't mind visitors this late at night. This is the Arbiter. There we go.
How are you doing, my lords? I am Judge Grey. I have the unusual job of arbitrating disputes between warring nations. The position has its rewards, with an apostrophe even, but you'll never hear the people you're helping thank you. I always know I'm doing the right thing when both sides are angry with me at once.
So, yes, this is the guy who replaces the Oracle from the previous game from Might and Magic 6, where he will give you like either a hint that tells you how to advance the plot if you're stuck, or if you have lost an important plot relevant item that you need to complete a quest, you can come here and he will replace it for you, put it back in your inventory. So yes, being central to this area, the Arbiter is kind of like a United Nations diplomat who solves problems between countries like Erathi and Avli when they cannot solve them on their own. And so he lives here in Harmondale, which means it's going to be our responsibility to deal with him and keep him safe, him and his position. So now we've got 6,000 gold, and on top of that we have got plenty of stuff to sell. So let us go over here, back to town. We will stay at the inn, and then when the shops open in the morning, we will sell some of this stuff. Everything that we don't need goes straight into the capitalist garbage pit.
Come in, come in.
And then
Enjoy your stay.
we'll pick up a few more skills. Alright, first things first.
See anything you want?
Here's what we should do next. We have 1 or 2 skills that we need. Let's spend money on those before we do anything else.
Need some training?
So, we need to grab bodybuilding for Simone. She can get Grandmaster in that. Zoltan cannot, but more hit points is always better. Likewise with Arms Master. Okay, so Arms Master is going to provide a significant bonus for him, especially here early on, where just a little bit of like a plus to hit or damage makes a big difference. Now, nobody else really needs the Arms Master skill because Tuvok can't even learn it. And actually, clerics can't learn it either. So we're done there. Now we need to go over here.
Welcome to the Fire Guild.
Arcane guilds teach learning. Here we go. It's the divine guilds that teach
The
meditation.
Guild of the Mind welcomes you.
I dig these animations for all of the different magic shops. We're going to pick up meditation for Tuvok, and we are going to pick up meditation for Seroma as well. We still have a little bit of money left. Let's go ahead and grab mind magic for her, because she is the one who's going to need it as our cleric. And we're going to dodge down here to the Earth Guild, and we're going to grab Earth for Tuvok.
Welcome to the Earth Guild.
There we go. I love this animation. I watch it every time. Their insurance premiums must be so high. Okay, so at the beginning, there's not a whole lot of earth spells that are really useful. This is something that they have done in Might and Magic 7 that I really appreciate. There's just a simple resistance spell that's a low-level spell for all of the different schools. So you can just give the party earth resistance, or fire resistance, or poison resistance, or whatever. And that's really important. We're going to see over here if they have anything else worth buying. There's the shield spell, which we can barely afford, but I don't want to blow all of our money on that. Especially because, see right there, this is one of the important differences between Might and Magic 6 and 7. In 6, you could learn all of the different spells automatically regardless of what skill level you had trained to. All that mattered about the training was that if you were expert or master, it changed the effects of the spell. In 7, that's not the case. Now, you can see here the effects of the spell do still change based on your training level, but you'll also notice where it says NA for normal. That is because you must be an expert in the air magic skill before you can even learn this spell. Otherwise, you can't add it to your own spell book. So you'll learn to recognize these covers. These green ones, of course, are your basic spells, like Wizard Eye, Air Resistance, and so forth. This means that they're Tier 1. You only have to be normal skill in order to learn that. These orange and red ones have to be expert. And then, of course, there are Master Tier spells, and there are Grandmaster Tier spells. Let's head over here.
Guild of the Mind welcomes
Let's see
you.
if they have... Let's see, Fear Mind Blast... I was hoping they would have precision, or whatever it's called in this one. Oh yeah, this is a neat spell. It's mostly useless, but it tells you exactly how much gold and what items the target has. So it's a utility spell, which that's handy. Here's the Spirit Guild, or Body Guild rather. Duper. I'm looking to see if there are any new spawns that we might be interested in. Just kind of casually checking it out. We are going to need, like...
The Guild of the Body welcomes you.
See, there's Regeneration. That's a great spell. Hammer Hands is also really good. I love that. I love the name of it, but I also love the idea of it. Enhances the skill of an unarmed combat, so that they add additional body damage equal to the physical damage. So this is a spell that I rarely use, but in this game, because you guys chose to make Simone a monk, it's going to be really useful, because as Seroma casts Hammer Hands on Simone, it's going to double her damage against anything that isn't immune to body damage. And they don't have Cure Poison right now, but we're not an expert anyway, so we'll wait. And over here, this should be our Spirit Guild, yes.
The Guild of the Spirit welcomes you.
She needs Spirit Magic as well, because all she had was Body. So there we go. And that, there we go. Bless. See, it doesn't affect the entire party until you're expert in Spirit Magic anyway, so I'm not going to blow our last bit of cash on that, because it would be useless to just do it on one person. So
Need
now,
some training?
let's pop over here and train.
That's the ticket. That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
Okay. Phew-wee. Well, let's spend these skill points here. we'll run through this real quick, and then we're going to head down to the White Cliff Caves, and we're going to clean them out for even more experience points. We might get to level 7 by the end of this video, y'all, maybe. So let's see here. We got to start building up money to become expert in some of these skills as well. We've only got 5 points, which means that if we spend 4 of them on one of these rank 3 skills, that's pretty much going to be it for the character. I'm thinking she's our monk. We should probably just put this in dodging, right? Because we've been leveling up unarmed, so that's kind of the point, unarmed and dodging. We want to get to Grandmaster dodging as quickly as possible so that leather is useful, and when she becomes an expert in dodging, taking off that armor is probably going to make her AC go up. So let's go ahead and we'll continue with the plan that we had. Unless somebody protests and has a really strong opinion, we're going to go ahead and drop this in here. And I'm going to see too, I just want to keep an eye on this. Okay, so right now, because she's not expert,
I'm not sure what it is.
that is still better for her AC, but as soon as she becomes an expert, taking that armor off is probably going to make her defense go up. Alright, now for Tuvok, I think that we're set on this. Let's go ahead and we will increase his fire magic to rank 4 since he has been using it. And he's stuck at expert until he becomes a wizard anyway, so that'll kind of cap him out for that, and we can concentrate on other skills. Y'all already made that decision earlier. Okay, now Suroma, on the other hand, where are we going to put these points for her? She's already at rank 4 for body magic, so it's not going there. Should we rank up Merchant, do you think? We could do that, or we could do Mace. Once we get one of these to rank 4, unless she can go ahead, see, like with Merchant, she can already get Master, even without being promoted. So it's worth it to keep dumping points in there, regardless of her training level. But for things like Mace, that one she can get Master. Let's see, Chain, Shield. Most of these clerics don't really have to get a lot of promotions other than for their magic skills in order to access pretty much all of the skills that they can get, because they're sort of jacks of all trades. Little bit. So what do y'all think? Do you want to do Merchant, or do you want to do Mace? Or we could put like 1 rank in Chain and 1 rank in Shield. We could do that too and use all 3 of her points. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Merchant, especially if we get expert early on, it's expensive, but it pays for itself. But more defense is more better. However, the AI seems to be stuck on hurting only Zoltan, so I think we can get away with Merchant if y'all want to do that first. So, yeah, let's do that. We'll that'll cap us out. You know, we don't want to put more points in it until we do get expert training, and then we'll come back to it. Now, man, for poor Zoltan, shoo, I feel like we need to put a rank in Chain, and then we'll have 2 left. We could put that in bodybuilding to give him some additional hit points. I think that might be the way to go, as much as I would love to go ahead and put a 4th rank in Axe, because the Axe expert is here in Harmondale. So that means that it's accessible, but we don't have the money for that right now anyway, and we need to think about the fact that he's just getting the crap beaten out of him. So I'm thinking Chain, and then we'll take that 2nd point, put it in bodybuilding. That's only going to give him like 1 hit point, but whatever, right? Okay, now we have these. Those are 2 skill points each. I feel like we might be wise to dump those into our spellcasters and have them like cap out some more of these magic skills, because since they have a variety of skills and we need all of them, plus they just got new skills, that could be really useful. On the other hand, Zoltan is kind of like our utility mule. He's our HM Pokemon, as it were. And they would be valuable for Simone because she could dump them into Staff and Leather to keep those at pace with dodging and unarmed. But I'm really leaning towards splitting them between Tuvok and Suroma. How about, since there are 5 of them, we give 2 of them to her because she has 1 fewer magic skill, and 3 of them to him. That would be 6 free skill points for Tuvok and 4 for Suroma. What do you think? Does that sound good? No, that is a good point too, because I said before I don't
Sorry,
like wearing
can't
all this
help.
green stuff, this green equipment. So if you guys want to put a couple points in identify item, we can do that too. All right, well, let's do that then. We'll go ahead and split them 3 and 2. And let's see. That gives her 5 total. So we can put a rank each in Spirit Magic and Mind Magic, or we can put 2 in one of them. I kind of favor putting 2 ranks in Spirit Magic because we want to get that up to Expert as soon as possible so that we can actually make some use of the Bless spell. Because you guys have seen how much we're missing, and the Bless spell will have a huge effect on combat. So how about we put all 5 of those points in Spirit Magic? Let's do it then. There we go. And Tuvok, we're going to feed him these horseshoes. Om nom 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 nom. Okay, that gives him 7 ranks. That is enough to rank this up to rank 4, actually, because it'll be 3 plus 4. So let's just go ahead and do that then. Sure, why not? Hey, look at that. Made an immediate difference.
I don't know what that is.
Still can't identify that
Sorry,
cloak.
can't help.
But that's okay. We'll get him expert, and that will make
This is
the
worthless.
difference. Ooh, armor class plus 2. Okay, huh. She's going to discard her armor, so let's trade those out. We'll give that to him. Even though that lowers her armor class, she's not getting hit a lot right now anyway. And of course, as soon as she gets like expert dodging, her AC is going to shoot way up. There we go. Plus 2 air resistance. These gauntlets.
This is worthless.
Now, it's not completely worthless, my guy.
This is worthless.
That mace is not worthless. It's bonked many a goblin head.
I don't know.
He probably can't identify this.
I don't know what that is.
No, so I'm not even going to try with Zoltan's. His cloak is unidentified. We know he can't identify those, so... Alright then, there we go. Let's head back out. We'll grab the stone skin pedestal. And then let's... Actually, you know what? We'll go this way. I want to go up over the hill because we haven't been here yet. There are a few houses up there, of course, which we don't need to go into right now, but we want them on our map. And we can go over the hill because up on top of this ridge, there are several houses, which are currently not on our map because it is blacked out up there since we haven't been. These are important houses that we want to remember are here. This one belongs to Leonard Skinner, and if you don't get that joke, I don't know why he is the master of the disarm trap skill, but his name is obviously a reference to Leonard Skinner, like the rock band. This guy, Perrin Lightfingers, he's a stealing expert, and he'll tell you where the master is. This one right here, though, is the really important house that we need to know the location of. This is Torrent, the Grand Master of Water Magic. Why he's in Harmondale, I don't know, and I don't care, because all that matters is he is, so it'll be easy to come back and speak with him once we need Grandmaster Water Magic. We'll leave him and his boyfriend to do whatever it is that they're doing. We're going to head back down this way. Oh, sorry, I just saw your message. Yeah, no, we can't identify everything yet, but once we get the expert level training, because that will double the effect of the skill, we will be able to identify everything that we currently have that's not identified. I promise. And no, identify item is not a waste of points. Absolutely not, because we don't really have a lot of air and earth spells anyway, so it's totally okay to put those in there, and we're going to want Grandmaster Identify at some point anyhow. Okay, these caves are the traditional hideout of goblins and bandits. Whatever lives there now doesn't make the place smell too good. Well, that could still be goblins and bandits. I mean, be realistic. Oops.
I hope there's some gold in there at least.
Yes, me too, Zoltan. Alright, let's get our torchlight on. And here is what's in here. We all get to meet a new enemy. The troglodytes. These are the base level Warlock Castle troops from Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Troglodytes are... they don't have any eyes, which means that they are immune to being blinded. Of course, what matters to us is how easy are they to kill. Let's find out.
We may have a problem with this one.
Yeah. They are a little bit tougher than goblins. May have to use a few fireballs. Well, that one went down.
We may have a problem with this one.
If they're that close, we're going to go ahead and take that off. There we go. They're not that much tougher than goblins, so we're not worried. And we've done a respectable job of killing a bunch of them before they got to us, too. Wow, that one hit Saroma instead of Zoltan. Amazing.
Ow!
Oh, I spoke too soon. And they carry cash. That's what's really important.
Ow!
Oh, and I should explain, for those of you who did not join us for our adventures in Might and Magic 6, you may see me during monster animations right-clicking like this to pop up this information window. And it may seem random, but I promise that there is a reason, especially at lower levels like this. Partly it's habit, just because I've always done it. But the reason I've always done it is because sometimes popping up that information window and interrupting the animation kind of... I can't really explain it. I don't know the programming specifics. I don't know if it has something to do with, like, the game's, like, what it's caching in its memory, maybe. But it sort of interrupts the process of the attack, and it can help to create a small chance that's sort of frame perfect there, where
That was too easy.
the attack will miss. So you can expand your lifespan a little bit. Ooh, by clicking like that. So here we go. This is a vein of ore. He's got our highest perception, so we're going to click on this. Oh, man.
Though you have...
That was a big, nasty cave-in. Oop. Well, we got the ore, though. Great. I forgot they could do that. That's my bad, and I should have saved beforehand. I will tell you what, though.
Ew. What's that smell?
Thank you, Saroma. We have already died more in this game than in Might and Magic 6, if that doesn't tell you something about how the combat is a little bit different. Ooh. One of the troglodytes is a queen this time. That's alright. She'll go down just like the others. That is our top tier palette swap. So of course they are more powerful. Yes, absolutely. That is a staple of the series where if you are not careful, if you fail a perception roll or something, then you can bring the ceiling down on your head.
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Ah, what a scratch. That was too easy.
There we go.
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
I really want to interrupt her attacks if I can.
We may have a problem with this one.
We may. Let's get these little ones out first, I think. If we clear the mooks. And then I'll save it once the room is empty again. I usually save fairly compulsively. I'm just not doing it this time.
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Come on.
Ow!
Oh, great. He is poisoned. That is something that troglodytes can do as well. So... that's alright, we'll take care of that. We have a purple potion, so... let's go ahead and give him that. Well... yeah, it's hurting his endurance and his might. He may get poisoned again by her, but...
I don't know.
let's see if we can get her to back off. Troglodytes don't have ranged attacks, which means that if you can get them down to where their HP is such that they want to flee from you, then it's easy to pick them off from a distance, of course. But you have to get them that far first. Come on.
It barely hurts.
I hope she's the only one in here.
Ah, but a...
Come on, just a little more damage. I'm gonna back up a smidge. Punch her! Get her! Come on.
Ow!
There we go. That's more like it. Now we can heal Tuvok. Shoo-wee. Alright. Hey, we found a nice hat. Okay, well, it's not a nice hat. It's kind of a silly hat, actually, but still, treasure is treasure, right? There we go. Okay, now, this time. It's been too long since I saved it. Especially since we died so early on. Ooh. Oh. Now, how did you sneak up from behind us?
Ow!
Rude. Rude as heck.
Ah, it barely hurts. Ah, but a scratch.
Come on.
Ow!
Oof.
Got it.
There we go. You can see that with a little bit of training and some upgraded equipment,
Ow.
our combat effectiveness is starting to climb.
Ow!
Now let's shoot these guys a little bit. That'll probably help.
Ah, but a scratch.
There we go. And why not a fire bolter too? He's got meditation now and 4 ranks in fire magic, so... I have to be careful with my cursor, though, because, of course, her quick spell is healing. And I didn't get to demonstrate it earlier on those swordsmen when the two factions were fighting out front.
But I need it fixed!
But one of the things that you can do in this game is that if you have a targeted healing
Ow.
spell, you can actually use it to heal NPCs out in the world if they are damaged. So, like those swordsmen, because they're on our side, we might want to heal them. Now, of course, the troglodytes we don't want to heal, but we can if we accidentally hit them with a healing spell. Okay, there we go. That went much better this time. And we're going to let Zoltan hang on to that. This is Sirtal-laced ore. So, Sirtal is stronger and lighter than steel, and in the hands of a skilled craftsman can make an exceptional weapon, amulet, ring, armor, or almost any other useful item. Why is there ore? That is a new feature in this game that was not in Might and Magic 6. It's because there are craftsmen in this game to whom you can go, and you can have ore that you find made into the listed useful items. Absolutely. So that is done in Erathia, We will visit there later, and when we have a chance to see that craftsman, we can give them our ore,
Got it.
and they can turn it into a new weapon, they can turn it into some chainmail. Weirdly, of course, like, don't look behind the curtain, but they can turn it into items that aren't actually made out of metal, such as, you know, leather armor, that kind of stuff. Ooh. Thing coming at me at the dark.
But a scratch.
It's like a mini jump scare.
Ow!
Oh, come on. There we go. Some kind of club.
This is worthless.
That is worthless. Okay. I can never remember. I don't think that the mace skill applies to clubs, so we're going to leave her with that. Shoot, alright, we've got several different directions to go. Where should we head first, y'all? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Because there's quite a bit of cave to explore. So which direction would you like to go first? Do you want to start with our traditional, we'll just take the leftmost corridor, or should we start on this side and head around? Maybe go through the middle for variety? I don't know. Y'all are in charge. There will be more troglodytes, I promise. Ooh. That's true. Some of these do connect. 4 could be a dead end. That you see that right there. I think that there is a drop-off. So, I'll tell you what, let's go look at 4 and see what the geography looks like. Well, I see treasure chests. Let's grab those, and then we'll head back over to the other side. Let's see, right here, it does kind of connect. Ooh, see that right there? This is more of them fighting amongst themselves. And you know what? We're just going to let them do it. Yeah, see this one, check this out. This one drops off right here. If you have the jump spell, you can get back up there, but a regular jump is not enough. Alright.
It won't hurt us now.
Whew. Always a nerve-wracking moment.
This is worthless.
I'm so glad that in this one, you can actually like click over to the person who has identify item even when you're in turn-based mode, because normally in Might and Magic 6 you couldn't do that. You would have to skip turns until you got to that person and then go back into the treasure chest.
Got it.
Hey, nice. Our first amulet.
This is worthless.
Body resistance +3. Well, that is fairly worthless, but hey, you know, resistance is resistance, right? Let's see. He was getting poisoned earlier, and he still gets beat up on. Let's do that. But we need to put our wizard eye back on already.
Ow!
Oh, please.
Let me see. I don't know if you can grab that bow from here. I can never remember until I attempt it. If we can, we'll grab it and we'll go back around. If we can't, then we'll head back the other way. I'm just going to let those oozes and troglodytes fight amongst themselves, and hopefully the troglodytes will kill the oozes, because I would rather that than the other way around, honestly.
This is worthless.
Okay, good. We can grab it. This is our second tier, the troglodyte soldier. Doodly-doo. Don't mind us. Y'all just, do your thing. You know, I guess we could probably fireball them, couldn't we? There's not really a reason not to. Oozes are hard to hurt with anything that isn't magic, you see. You can hear from the sound effects that, see, they're still going. Let's take that wand back off before we fireball ourselves in melee
We may have a
combat.
problem with this one.
There we go. A fireball will finish that off. Haha. Oh, that one's already running. Now they both are. Good. Run all you want. It won't help. Oop. Oozes, when they die, tend to drop these. Ooze endoplasm. That is another gray potion ingredient, another catalyst. Here is another ledge that drops off, so you have to come back there from the other side. Another one, you see. So actually, it turns out this was the correct way to go.
Got it.
Whew. This blue quartz. Okay. Back this direction. And I'm going to save it because we've opened a lot of treasure chests without being blown up, and I like that. My favorite thing about a trap is when it doesn't blow me up. Let's pop a couple healing spells out here as we're going along the way. Then we'll go this direction. I believe that was the second request. There we go. We'll shoot these from as far back as possible. And unlike the goblins, I'm not worried about like finishing off the ones that try to run right away, because as I said, troglodytes don't have a ranged attack, whereas goblins do. So if they want to run, that's fine. That just makes them target practice. So in this case, we just want to get, like, you know, the ones that are closest to us. If they die, that's great. If they start running, and like when it goes in between turns like that, so much the better. Because an enemy that flees is an enemy we're not fighting. Right. There we go. We're already doing much better than we were. I like that. Let's head down this way. Crappy axe. And some crappy troglodytes. It's alright. If they want to come in twos, then they will die in twos. I'm clicking over to Tuvok to like pick up the stuff from their bodies, because that way if they drop some kind of item, then ooh, that'll sell for a pretty penny. It'll automatically go into his inventory, and he can identify it in there. Gotta recast Wizard Eye. Again.
This is worthless.
Hey, look at that. Gauntlets of Stealing. Stealing skill +3. Let's go ahead and we'll trade those out for now. What kind has he got? Okay, he's got some of those. I don't know what that is. Those. Let's see if these have any hidden magic. Not that I can see. Of course, if we could see it, it wouldn't be hidden, would it? Alright. That'll even out her leather armor situation. Come on, don't hide. Ooh, he's attacking an ooze. There we go, we'll leave the troglodyte for second. We'll help him fight the ooze, since that takes magic. And then we can clean up the troglodyte after the ooze has damaged it, see? Because the ooze is going to do more to the trog than the other way around. That's for sure. How much has we got left? Not much. One more good shot should probably do it. There we go. There's some cash. Some leather armor of health. Hey. Excellent. Put that right back on her. And because I am not a silly person, save again. Awesome. Racking this stuff up now.
This is worthless.
Crossbow.
This is worthless.
Some boots. Who doesn't have boots? I think there's someone... Nope, everyone does at this point. Okay. Since those aren't enchanted, that means that they're garbage, so... Ah, and here we go. This is what we were looking for. Some bones, a message scroll, and an Archomage deck. Remains of a journal. ... Studies in the game of Archomage have turned up the following observations. How you choose to win the game should be based on the victory conditions. No, really. If the towers start small, you stand a good chance of destroying your opponent's tower. If the towers or walls start large, you should concentrate on your own tower. If the towers or walls start large, and you need a huge tower to win, a resource victory might be more easily attainable. Also, note that red cards tend to focus on your wall, blue cards focus on your tower, and green cards focus on your offense. Keep this in mind when choosing whether to emphasize quarries, magic, or zoos. I have noticed a prevailing trend in the thinking of most Archomage players that could provide an edge against them. If they start to play blue cards, you can counter that with something we'll never know. And our Archomage deck. So, well, that allows us to complete that quest. We'll do that as soon as we get back to town. Hey, and we got some more ore without the ceiling collapsing. This is just iron-laced ore. So, that's the lowest tier ore that we can find. Okay. Let's head back to the beginning of the cave, and we still have a couple of tunnels that we need to go down. That is a very sharp corner. Okay, right here. So, this branches off this way. Let's go ahead and just start here, because we know that that other one just goes to that drop-off point. So this is the real, like, destination, as it were.
Too easy.
If all of these troglodytes did not level us up, then I am sure that turning in the quest will do so.
Got it.
Alright, that one was trapped. Good. Zoltan
This
is doing a pretty good job so far of keeping us safe.
Worthless.
I'm not upset. That may change later.
This is worthless.
Horned helm. Ooh,
Sorry, can't help.
that's a wand. Well, low levels, of course, wands are great. You've seen how this Wand of Fireball has been very helpful. But at higher levels, they're mostly money, so we'll have to decide whether or not... Yeah, it was quite a bit. But we'll have to decide whether or not this will be money, or if this will be something we'll hang on to and keep. Okay, blue is personality, red is might, orange is intellect, so we know orange, blue, and let's see, might probably needs to go to Simone. Yeah, though thankfully this is just like a regular wand, so I don't think that they like painfully slaughtered a unicorn to make anything out of that one. Let's see. Accuracy, personality, speed. Okay, so personality, accuracy. Goodness, who's got the lowest accuracy? Because at this point, that's what we're dealing with. It's him. Okay, so we'll give that to Tuvok. And this one's going to be speed. Okay, that's going to go to Zoltan. Good, he hasn't gotten anything yet. More money. Oops. There's the drop-off point. Did we forget to... We did! We didn't pick up a body back there. Now, how did that happen, do you reckon? And a secret door. Now, our perception was not high enough to make that glow red. If we had had expert perception, it would have been, because this is a low-level dungeon. The way that I saw it is right there. See that little gap in the wall? So I can tell that there's supposed to be something there. So I'm slightly cheating, you know, cheesing it because of my knowledge of the game, but...
Won't hurt us now.
Alright, there's some good stuff in this. Peasant
There's no
hat.
room.
Okay, well, you hold it then.
I don't know.
I wasn't asking you.
This is worthless.
Hey, no it's not. That's an upgrade for our shield user, is what that is. Because, see, this is +6 armor, this is +7 and 5 body resistance.
There's no room.
There we go.
Won't hurt us now. This is worthless.
Hey. There we go. See, this is another one of those skill boosting items. Alchemy skill +5. Excellent. And one of the things that I really love about these enchantments that Might and Magic 6 did not do is, if I go up here to the alchemy skill, ta-da, see that down there at the bottom? Bonus +5. It just shows you, it just tells you that it's there. Likewise, because we have Dal the teacher with us, right? See, bonus +10 to our learning skill. And let's...
Got it.
Last one. Okay.
This is worthless. This is worthless.
Yeah, some crummy chainmail.
This is worthless.
The leather's enchanted. Ooh, body resistance +4.
This is worthless.
Another one of these shields. And let's see. Let's give this, because
There's no
body
room.
resistance adds up to poison resistance. We'll give those to her. We don't want our cleric poisoned. And that's Whitecliff Cave, y'all. Let's put Wizard Eye back on and just make absolutely certain that we did not miss any other corpses. I think that that's it, though. Well. Excellent. So, that means that, our adventures for today are going to kind of draw to a close. Let's head back and turn in that quest. Because I'm pretty sure... Oh, wow. I actually thought that we would be ready to level up after all of the troglodytes. I'm kind of surprised that we're not, especially with our learning bonuses and stuff. That's very surprising. I'm very surprised. Were you surprised? I was surprised. There we go. Dead. Oh dear. Those are certainly his cards, though. I don't want the cards. You can have them. That game has cost me enough now. Oh, poor Elrond. I have a little money you can keep for your help, and thank you for finding out what happened to Elrond. Unfortunate, but hey! You know what that means? We have an Archmage deck. That's right. So... I'm checking these folks because, see, whenever time passes, or if you, like, reload a map, then they will change. Ooh, another teacher, hey. So that means that we could find someone else like this. Elliot the teacher.
Hi.
See, who will be of a benefit to us in our journey. What do you say? Do you guys want to take another teacher with us until we find something better? Because that does stack. So that would be an additional 10% bonus on all experience points earned, so it would be 30% for a measly 3% of our gold. And of course, we can always trade Teresa and Dal out, like, whether or not, you know, if we find somebody else later or what have you. Like, we may get an instructor, which is the same bonus but better. We may find a banker, which is money, you know, we may find a gate master, whatever. Alright, well, let's take Teresa with us then. There we go. So now, oh, that's still only showing plus 10. Huh. Do they not stack? Keep in mind, I am using a fan patch. I don't know if that's something that changes. Ooh, well, we've learned something. Cost us 300 gold, but we've learned something. Okay, well, in that case, well, then I suppose we don't want them taking 6% of our gold for nothing. Huh. Unfortunate. Yeah, I thought that they stacked. Maybe they just don't with the patch. I'm not going to blame the patch. I don't know if that is something that it changes.
Hi.
Unlimited item identification and 5% bonus on all experience gained. I imagine that wouldn't stack either. Well, that is unfortunate. Okay, well, I guess we should let one of them go. Do you want to go ahead and fire Teresa or Dal? Which one do you all prefer? Dal has been with us and helped us out through this episode since we hired him at the end of the last one. I kind of dig Teresa's portrait better, though. I like the idea of this middle-aged woman, like, tagging along and just kind of shouting from behind us, like, hey, no, do it like this, like that. Now, what did we learn? But Dal has, like, seniority. So, who should we keep? And then we'll fire the other one. I just like the look of Teresa a little bit better, so... yeah, alright. Without me around to tell you how to think, you'll learn a lot slower. Don't fire me. To tell us how to think? Okay, well, now I don't feel bad anymore. Goodbye.
Need some training? That's the ticket. That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
Alright, level 7. And now there should be some new people in town as well. Edgar the Tracker, Angela the Fool, Arnold the Alchemist, Theodore the Alchemist. Yeah, he earned what we paid him, and we paid him for what he did for us. Okay, it doesn't look, because there's Pat the Burglar and Sherry the Cook, so they stayed the same. Alright, well, I'm going to go and sell all of this stuff. Let's spend these points real quick. We've got 6 ranks. We could go ahead and get her leather up to rank 4, but she's not going to be an expert right now anyway, because dodging takes priority. How about we'll rank all of them up in learning 1 point. We haven't done that yet, and we need to get them all up to expert. Let's do that. That'll leave us with 4 points. And then we can put those in leather if we want, or we could rank up perception and bodybuilding. We could put a rank in bow. That seems to be important. Let's go ahead and do learning, 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 learning. There we go. How does bow and bodybuilding sound? We'll give her some bonus hit points since she's not going to be wearing a lot of armor during the beginning of the game. And, man, that accuracy needs to go up with bow. We could blow all 4 points on leather, but, you know, we're probably going to be getting her expert dodging here pretty soon anyway, so, So I'm going to say bow and bodybuilding, unless somebody has another opinion. Yeah, exactly. We've been missing a lot, so let's do that then. We need to hit more than we miss. Okay, now he's got 3 points. Staff is important too, especially because once he gets up to expert, then his skill will be added to his armor class. So actually, as much as I want to drop that in air magic, that would make Wizard Eye last longer, but we do want to get to expert staff quickly. Of course, we may also have to travel in order to find the staff expert. What do y'all say, air magic or staff? I'm fine with either of those. It is getting pretty annoying to cast Wizard Eye over and over again. But I'll let y'all pick between one of those two. Or another one if you have a strong opinion. But I think those are probably the best expenditures of the skill points that we have right now. So decide staff or air magic for Tuvok. For Suroma... She's already got 2 ranks in bow, but she can get expert, which means she's going to stop at rank 4 anyway. I kind of feel like bow for her, actually. And then for Zoltan, 3 ranks. Bodybuilding might not be a bad idea, but he didn't get hit as much in the caves. So maybe we could put a rank in bow for him, perhaps? Or we could do Arms Master. That's accuracy, of course, once he gets up to expert level. So what do you think? Staff or air magic? Like I said, I favor air magic, but actually this time I think I might want to get staff to rank 4 first. But we don't know where the staff expert is yet, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I think the Tolarian Forest, maybe? Which means air magic might actually be the better idea because, like, at least I know where that's at. That's for sure in the Tolarian Forest. I'll give you all a second to decide. Oh, definitely, yeah. If you weren't here earlier, then we were discussing that air magic is where you get the fly and invisibility spells, which are game changers. So I definitely want to rank up air magic as quickly as possible. I'm kind of leaning that way now. Yeah. Let's do it then. Alright. And then for Suroma... Mind magic is not as important for her. I'm tempted to do bow because she's going to cap out at 4 ranks in that. Probably, for the most part anyway. But also, I mean, chain, shield, they're all good skills. Meditation will give her more spell points, and she's our healer, so she does need that. Yeah, let's do meditation. Alright, and then for Zoltan... Those 3 points... Identify monster would be helpful too, but I'm kind of thinking Arms Master, either that or bow. He's already got 2 ranks in bodybuilding, so we've done that. So what do you say? Arms Master? That'll add up to some additional accuracy and make him attack faster and more often, or bow to make him better at shooting. Now, I'm with you, because he can get Master Bow, and if we get him up there, he can shoot 2 arrows per attack. So, let's do it. We've been using our ranged attacks a lot, and at low levels, we're going to rely on that continuously, so... Alright, well then in that case, I think that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. We've done quite a lot, and next time, what we're going to be doing is venturing into the Tolarian Forest or the Barrow Downs. So, give me a like and subscribe here if you haven't already. I'll upload this video to YouTube, and you can go over there and let me know in the comments, or hit me up on Facebook, Pillow Fort, or Twitter, all of which they're linked in all the different places. You can give me a follow there, message me, tell me if you would like to go ahead and head for the Barrow Downs first, or if you would like to visit the Tolarian Forest where the elves live. Obviously, the Barrow Downs, we have a promotion quest there, but it's also full of ghosts, you guys. The Talarian Forest, well, fewer ghosts, not necessarily less danger. We will come back to the next episode after I sell all of this crap on Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope y'all will join me because I hope y'all are staying inside safe and away from this coronavirus outbreak. So please wash your hands, don't touch your face, take the proper precautions, whatever country you're in, take care of yourselves because I want to see you back here again next weekend so we can continue this adventure. I don't want you to get sick. I want you to be well because I need you in my party. So, watch out for yourselves, watch out for each other. I'll see you next time, and as always, thanks for playing.